What's good, YouTube? It's your boy K-Flex. I'm back here with yet another video, and today, in a heartbreaking, excruciating, every word that's a synonym of just awful, atrocious fashion, the Miami Dolphins lose an absolute heartbreaker in overtime. Now, let's go ahead and get into the video real quick. Some people like this video before they even heard the sentence. Let's just get into the video, okay? Oh my God. Here's where we're at with it, guys, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys watched the game, if you guys didn't, it was a very close game. The beginning, we were terrible. Actually, we were super good. We went up 14-0, and then we proceeded to blow it and go down by 11 points. They scored 25 straight points before we were then able to make a comeback stage, another comeback, and able to tie it up and go to OT. Now, with that being said, the Miami Dolphins still did all that fighting just to lose. And the key reasons why we lost is a couple reasons, really. Missed pass interference being one of the reasons. Us deciding to take the field goal in overtime was another reason, but we'll get into everything in a second. But overall, let's just get an overview right now, ladies and gentlemen. It's looking like the Miami Dolphins are in that the loneliest spot, I would like to say, in football. It's that you're good, but you're just not good enough. You know what's the worst part about being in this position of being just good, but just not good? Like, we're okay. Like, I can't say when I seen this team today that I felt like we were bad. Like, last week I felt like we were bad. We were not bad today, and it honestly just depends on how good the Raiders really are. Everybody know the Raiders are not. They're 3-0, but they're fraudulent. Everybody know. I don't give a f. They're fraud. They're fraud 3-0. They probably won't even make the playoffs. I ain't gonna lie. They in the division with the Chiefs and in the division with the Chargers. I promise you, Patrick Mahomes is gonna bury these niggas. So I don't give a fuck. But either way, you know, the Raiders are fraudulent 3-0. Everybody knows that. I don't give a fuck. So if a Raiders fan in here, yes, you're fraudulent, and yes, I'm salty. But here's the thing: we don't know how good everybody really is. So I don't want to say we're bad, but yo, we're just not good enough. Like, it's that simple. Like, yo, and you can say, well, one play would have changed this game. The pass interference, obviously, we win the game. If this happens differently, we win the game. If one play, like, but we're just at the end of the day, we did not make the play, and we're just not good enough. And that's the loneliest spot. That's the most. I think that's one of the worst spots to be in football. If you ask me, I would have rather us not have even made that comeback at the end. I would rather us have just gotten our ass beat. That way I know we suck. That way I know that change needs to happen. And that way I know, like, okay, this is the approach I'm taking with the team. Change needs to happen. Something needs to happen. We need to do something drastic. Instead, we actually fought, and we gave us something that was lost for a second. It gave me hope. And at this particular point, I don't want to have hope, because with hope comes disappointment. And unfortunately, we now have hope, which means we're setting ourselves up for disappointment. Also, when you're just good and not good enough, nothing ever changes, because you always think that if we would have executed this one thing different or executed this thing different, we would have won the game. And that's probably true for this game. So when you're in this stage of just being good but not good enough, nothing ever changes, but you just never get over that hump. And that's just basically where I feel like we're at right now, and it sucks. Like, nothing's going to change after this loss. I feel as though we're going to say we played good, we should have executed, this should happen, and we're going to run out with the same team. We're just never going to know if we're really that good yet. And that just sucks. Let's get into it. First and foremost, we was up 14-0 with ball. When things started going south was whenever they punted the ball, they got down to the 1-yard line. Everything was good, full of momentum, and we get safety because we run a double bubble screen at the goal line. And to Jalen Waddle, Jacoby Brissett threw it a little high, so Jalen Waddle had to jump a little bit to get it. Even if he didn't have to jump, I think he would have got safety anyway. It was a terrible play call. I just want to say we have two offensive coordinators. I don't know if they're good or not. They don't seem to be too good. I would like to have a proven offensive coordinator in the Miami, for future reference. I don't know the last time we had, we always try to get these first year guys, these within the program guys, or these wide receiver coaches. Is it that hard to find a guy that's actually called plays before that I can look at his resume and then get him to Miami? Like, I don't know, but whatever. Some of the play calling is to say questionable, reminiscent of Adam Gase, especially with the screens today that we were calling all these screens and little stupid passes. Jacoby Brissett, our offensive line, I would say, was looking a little better today. The trenches play in general was just looking a lot better today in the trenches, but all for not because we lost. But the trenches play was looking decent, more decent than it was obviously last week. Brissett, I don't really know. Brissett at times I just don't know if he's blind or if nobody's getting open, but sometimes he just held the ball when he got a lot of time. He would like hold the ball a little bit and then have to run out the pocket, and then he still wouldn't make a good throw. And it's just like, yo, is nobody getting open? Because typically when a quarterback has the ball and he's having like 5-6 seconds and he rolls out, somebody's gonna break free. You know, that's just natural progression, because the defenders cannot hold up that long. But it's like, even when Jacoby Brissett would like run out and make something happen, he'd look down the field and just not release the ball. And I don't know if nobody was open. I guess you'll see on the all-22 if nobody was open, or if he's just blind. I don't know. We showed a lot of heart at the end. I just don't know why we didn't show that heart at the beginning. You know, the offense was looking really good at the end. I don't understand, even for the life of me, and this was even last season, why, like, you know, when Tua's in the game, we want to run RPO every single play. That shit don't work, bro. That shit worked against the Cardinals. That shit don't work against nobody else. Even the Cardinals game, we was down, and that's why we were able to open up the offense, and that worked effectively. Every time we like rush, or we go on a fast pace, or we spread things out, good things happen majority of the time. But for some reason, we want to run RPO screens every time the game is tied or every time we're winning, and we gotta wait till we're down multiple possessions to actually be like, hey, let's just go vertical now. Let's actually run a decent offense. You know, it's just, and it don't matter what regime it is, they always do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? I would like our team to play like we're losing by 14 the entire game. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. Overall, it just honestly sucks to lose this way, but I have hope for the season still. Again, it's week 3. It's a lot of fluke shit going on right now. You got the Raiders in first place in their division. The Broncos are 3-0. Like, everything gonna shake out at the end of the day. So I'm not giving up all hope, but I am super disappointed, especially in this loss, and especially the way we took it in overtime. Let me address the overtime decision. Now, last week I came out and said, yo, we need to start taking our 3. Our defense is good enough to keep us in games, but I said it situationally. And I know hindsight is 2020, so you guys don't have to believe me when I say this, but in overtime, we have to go for that. When it was 4th and 2, especially since we didn't try to get the first down on the 3rd and 2, we ran some type of shovel pass. I mean, we tried, but it didn't work, and we were super conservative. We had to go for it on that 4th down. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not ever cool with playing for a tie. Again, in most situations, I'm cool with taking that 3, especially if it's the first half, or especially if we got to stop, or you know what I'm saying? It's different situations where I'm 90% of the time I'm okay with taking that 3. But in that situation where you're saying I'm gonna take 3 and I'm gonna try to tie the game, because there was only 2 minutes left, so you're basically saying we're gonna take this 3. We're not gonna have time to score in 2 minutes. By the time they get out, they don't have the ball anymore. So basically, we were playing for a tie. And I think that's just a stupid mentality. You play for the game, or lose the game, and we play for a tie and end up losing. When we could have played to win, and we probably still would have lost. We might have still lost if we didn't get the 4th down. But at the end of the day, we would have went out, you know what I'm saying, with our guys, instead of just going out like how we went out, where we didn't even have a chance to win. It was either tie or lose. Like, who wants to go out like that? I'd rather go out and win or lose. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't really upset about that in the moment, so I'm not gonna act super upset about it now. But looking back on it, obviously hindsight's 2020. But even in that moment, I think we should have went for it. And I was thinking that we should have just went for it. It was 4th and 2. Again, I'm not with a tie. I wasn't gonna be happy if we tied. So I'm like, yo, we have to go for it. Whatever. Way better on Darren Waller today. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, just like Hunter Renfrow was destroying people. But again, our defense, like, we scored a touchdown on defense. Our defense didn't give up points. Our offense was sleepwalking most of the time. But at the end of the day, everything came together, and I think we actually put together a good football game, especially at the end and at the beginning. In the middle, it was a whole bunch of bullshit, but at the end and the beginning, we put together a good football game. We just were not good enough to win, and that's the part that hurts the most. It's just we just were not good enough to win. And are we gonna do this every week where we're just like, oh, we're good? No changes to be made. We're good. You know what I'm saying? Brian Flores is cool. Chris Grizz, everybody's cool. We're good. We're getting there. How many years are we gonna say this? You know what I'm saying? How many years are we going to be good, but just not good enough to win? You know what I'm saying? We do got the Jets twice on our schedule, though, so I'm looking forward to those games. Those should be 2 free wins. And so we took this L, yeah, but we have literally 2 free wins if we just play our game. Overall, I don't have to watch the post game. I'm going to assume that Brian Flores is going to come out there and say execution. We need to execute. The Raiders are a good team. I already know the same old jargon that we say every fucking time we lose. But it is what it is at the end of the day. Another loss, 1-2 now. Next week, we got another tough game. We got another tough game after that. It don't get no easier. So, Let's see if we can get some wins. You know, try to stack up some wins at some point in the season. Try to get everything to gel together and build up off the momentum that we, had today. You know, Will Fuller, he wasn't looking like I thought. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't looking like an immediate game changer. He did get pass interference on that last play. I wish he would have still been able to haul that in though. That would have been amazing. Jalen Waddle looks great. Devontae Parker, he's Devontae Parker, and he's healthy. So, you know, I'm saying we do have some weapons. I just don't know if they're not getting open. Like, on paper, they're weapons, but like I don't understand why even when Jacoby Brissett gets like 7 seconds to throw the ball and he's running around and he's making something happen with his feet, that like he's not pulling the trigger at anybody. He's just like sitting there. But anyways, guys, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna stop ranting right now. I got homework to do. It's due like literally at midnight. It's already 9 o'clock. So get in the conversation. What you guys think? Like, comment, subscribe. Roger 11 K. But if Flex another loss, I'm out.